Bean Hill Zone. For the people who don't know, Bean Hill Zone was basically Fall Guys' first collaboration map. Basically, they released a live event which tied into the actual map. Then they released a bunch of skins into the store which you could buy for showbucks. They released a Dr. Robotnik skin, a Miles Per Hour skin, or Tails. They released a Knuckles skin, and then they released a Sonic skin in the store. I just love how well designed the map is. I love the checkerboard pattern on the wall. I love the little bounce pads actually retextured to be actually the bounce pads in which you see in a Sonic game. I love the little pusher blocks being, recolored, retextured. I love the golden alley-oop. And in general, I love the map design, but at the same time, the map was a limited time map and it was really tied to the live event. So for most people who will be playing the map, they'll only be playing to basically get the rewards, which in my opinion, the rewards just were incredibly lackluster this time around for how much grinding you had to do. You had to gather hundreds of rings essentially in certain rounds. You had to run 5,000 meters. You had to run 1,000 meters. It's just I don't know, man. At the one point, I just really got kind of bored with the map. There's no real variation to the maps. So there was no different things you could do in the map. And if you could speedrun the map, and that definitely was what kept me playing for a bit, was how could I get a faster time on round 1, on round 2, and in the finale. And also some might argue that the finale feels unfair just because whoever collects the most amount of rings at first basically gets the dub. Overall, I really want to give this a C tier. I really want to, just because of the lackluster rewards and all that stuff. And at the same time, we really do also need to judge the gameplay and the map. So overall, I will give this a B tier, but probably a very low B tier in my opinion. Blast Ball. I'm very conflicted on what rating to give this map because it's either a very middle of the road B tier or it's a very high C tier map. And really, it just feels RNG. It feels chaotic. But that really isn't a negative thing for this map, which is very strange to say, because usually I'm not very much a fan of RNG, although you could argue all of Fall Guys is RNG, really, but that's another argument to have for another day. However, I really just enjoy the map with friends in a Discord call. It's hilarious. It's fun. It's fun sniping people from across the map. It's fun. It's really great grabbing a ball that's about to explode right in front of you and just chucking it to another player and they die instead. I love the fact that you can do some skillful plays in this map. It does have a bit of skill, but it feels very much RNG. And at times, I struggle to get wins on this map. I can either be on a 3 to 4 win streak on this map, or I could be on a 5 or 6 lose streak. It really just depends on the players you are with and definitely how you play. You really have to be hyper attentive in this map. You definitely can't have bad positioning. You really have to be careful. You really have to watch your back in this map. I do want to give it a C tier in my opinion. There's a part of me that does, but part of me really wants to give it an A tier just because that's how chaotic and fun it can be at times. But also I will give it a B tier. I think I will rate it below Sonic, maybe high Sonic. I'm not sure. For now, I'll keep it below. Maybe I'll swap this around. I'm not sure. This map, I'm not conflicted. I'm giving it a C tier. It's just boring. It's just, when I'm recording this video, I'm recording this on the 7.4.0 patch of Fall Guys. If you want to know how I know that, you go to the settings and look at the bottom left and you'll see the patch number. That's basically just what version of Fall Guys we're on right now, or what season of Fall Guys we're on. So right now we're on 7.4 or season 7.4 and Hexaring. A part of me wants to give this map an S tier, but after the July 14th patch and basically how they made the rings move extremely slow, it just basically killed the S tier potential for this map. Because before the map was an S tier, basically the rings would move at a decent speed. And the reason they made the ring move much slower is because beginners would struggle with the fact that, they just weren't holding forwards. They weren't holding W and they would die before the map started. And so people kept complaining about that. They kept complaining that the ring, but the thing is they would be way too behind and they would just die. So basically, since the ring got slower, if you land on the ring, it will just quickly go to red, and when the ring spins around, it's just completely empty. So I can't time out this map anymore, and it's just if you're in a bad spot, you're screwed. I still do enjoy this. I still enjoy playing it. I enjoy playing on ring Hexalathon. I can't remember what it's called, Hexalathon or something. I can't remember what the name was called, but I really enjoy playing that Hexa Ring Trials essentially. Speed Circuit. The only speed run strat you can do in this map is at the start, where you actually just jump at the incline and then you quickly dive. That's really it. I just don't know really much to say. It's a fun map in its own merit. Overall, I think I would give it maybe a low B tier. I definitely would give it around here. Actually, no, I'm going to change these two. I decided I'm just going to give this a high B tier. Well, Sonic 1 was fun. I think this definitely deserves to be high B tier, mid, and then low B tier. So I'm gonna give this a D tier. It's boring. Like, you know, without any skill-based matchmaking or in squads or duos, the game is basically over within 25 seconds. I will say if you're in a high crown rank lobby or high skill-based matchmaking lobby, this can last over a minute. In that case, this map can get quite intense. In high SBMM lobbies, it's a C tier, and the rest it's D tier. But even in high SBMM lobbies, it's a D tier. Track attack S tier. I don't care what anyone says. I absolutely freaking love this map. It just round 2 track attack, I love it. I will be more specific there. Round 1 track attack can be just a body blocking nightmare. I just like, if like you're trying to go for one little ring and everyone's just there, you could potentially be bumped off. In round 1, that is a pain, especially if you spawn in the back. I do understand there. But this map has so much speed run potential. It's just like you could go on the red cylinder and you could jump all the way to the gate, or you could land on the bounce pad between the first 2 cylinders and jump all the way to the gate, and towards the end you can actually land on the little white strip or the little white fencing and you can jump directly towards the slide. I love that. It's just like, I hope they bring this map back, because as of 7.4.0 this map along with Speed Circuit and a bunch of other maps have been removed, so I can't wait for this map to come back. I just want to speedrun this map again. I definitely want to improve my time. Volleyball, people are not gonna like what rank I'm going to give this map, and it's definitely going to be high B tier. I definitely don't think it's the highest of B tier. I definitely think it's right, it can sit comfortably around here. And really the reason being is, before the July 14th update, the ball was pretty light and it was pretty easy to push towards the other side. However, what people would do is they would just keep the ball juggling in their area and basically just time out essentially. They would just finish the game. If they were a couple points ahead, they would just juggle the ball in their section and that's it. You had no chance of catching up. So what they did was they actually made the ball much heavier and they changed the physics of the ball. Essentially, if you tried to keep the ball in your section, the ball would essentially just get heavier and it would just drop down in your side, essentially giving them the point. A part of me doesn't like that change, but part of me also loves that change as well, just because it took out an exploit that people were essentially doing. And if you position yourself well and really were ready to counter the ball and you really understood that how just the ball works, how the physics of the ball works, this map can be phenomenal fun. Basically, in whichever direction you're pointing is where the ball will go. So if you're pointing forwards, the ball will go forwards once you hit the ball. Or if you're pointing towards the top left, for example, the ball will go to the top left. So I enjoy the just the whole back and forth aspect of the map. I enjoy when you play with a good player and you're tying it up and you're in overtime. Overall, I don't know, man. Some people will definitely give this a D tier. I could definitely see some people complaining about this one and track attack as well. But I will say, if you're playing this in duos or squads with a squad who's not very well coordinated or you're very awkward, I can definitely see people giving this map a C and D tier, and I definitely will agree. If we're talking about squads or duos, I will definitely give this map a very low C tier, definitely. However, I play this game mostly in solos, so I'll definitely rank this B tier. I love this map. I really do enjoy this map. Some might not, but it is what it is.